Okay, so this week we talked about pi and the significance of sound and how the formation of sound formed the earth and the harmonics, the balance, the movement of the sun, the path of the sun. It's all stabilized by sound. So when we look here at Unigami, we see proof of this underwater civilization from when the earth was one landmass. Somehow this subduction zone in the Pacific Ring of Fire, the freezing of ice in the core, and the flooding, the rushing of the different periods, different stages of these periods of the Earth's crust that can be traced from California all the way to India and to just regions of the Sudan where we find the sunken tectonic plate in these regions, which separated these Australoid Negroid populations after the floods, after the waters, made Australia and some of these surrounding islands of Melanesia, Solomon Islands, up north, Tokyo, and those surrounding islands as well as islands to this day because of this continent and because of this tectonic plate shift that caused the rushing of these waters. Now, that with the balance of the sun and the freezing of the core of the earth in the southern portion of these ice and the winds and the path gave these formations to seasons to develop the seasons that we understand in these different tropical regions and tropical zones. So the mathematics of the long 120 degrees east to 120 degrees west, proof and evidence of these travels by ship. We see the Reed-style boats in Tiote, Lake Titicaca, coming across the southern Oceania, Oceanos, into these regions, eventually into Asia, as the ancient travelers did throughout history, coming into these regions in the time of the spring and the time of the new year. Beginning to the rising sun, the Levant, the Orient, the Negros, Orient, the understanding of new, and 120 degrees east in this region here. So here's where Aquarius, where we are currently in now, this time. Understand this is the Ring of Fire, the bowl, the Great Basin, the Super Bowl. So understand here as we come into January, as we come into February here, the Aquarius, the prime, the primus Levant, of Orient, of rising, of the noon, anew, the anew people, the base, the rising of the base people. So in between the 120 degrees west and 120 degrees east, the Pacific Ocean, the Pisces, and the reason why it's called the Pisces is because it divides, right, not only the two hemispheres, but the two coasts, right, the 120 degrees east, where you find China and the Philippines Islands. In this region here, you find the Negrito, the short stature people. These Negrito, the Twa people, where you'll find them between the 120 degrees west, beyond the borders of California and Hawaii, and before the 120 degrees east land region. This is the Negrito tribe, the Ada people of the Philippines. Borders that make the rim are 120 degrees east and 120 degrees west that form this ring of fire, this destruction. So as you see the Pacific, understand the pacifier. So when you see the Pacific Ocean, so the Pacific Ocean and the Pacific Rim, when you understand how the border, as you see here, when the sun sets here in the west coast at this 120 degree mark, it passes. So we look at the four horsemen, the four heads of Genesis, right? Understand the ring of fire, the bait. So the Pacific Ocean, right, is the borders of that make the Pacific Rim, right? So the ability to be in this 8 Pacific time zone and
understand her. Macaframalama, you must first know the fucking hoes and smoking dough. What else could the fuck you want? Pick up some blunts from the stove. Ring ring, who's this on my phone?
Oh shit, it's your WCW, and I'ma slam it like WCW. You.
The Century Dictionary says originally one of the Slavs of Slovenia taken in war, Slav originally meant the people